Hey everyone, welcome to another hunt video. Today we're going to be fighting Nibelsnarf, so let's get on with this. And here he is, here's Nibelsnarf. So as you can see, Nibelsnarf is a relatively weird looking monster. He's got a giant mouth and he just looks strange. One of the main things with Nibelsnarf is you see these sand things over here that look like him. When he hides, he'll turn into one of those, and you can tell where he is due to little puffs of smoke coming out, well, sand more likely. And you can use a sonic bomb on him, which will have a similar effect to like when you use a sonic bomb on a Diablos to get him out of the ground, that sort of thing. Now, Nibelsnarf isn't a super hard monster, but he can be a little bit annoying, especially with his jumping attacks that he just did there, the swimming jump ones. His massive mouth can, get you pretty easily. If you're not careful, but overall he's not a super hard Leviathan. Nibelsnarf does have a few cool mechanics to him. One of the main things which I will show you at some stage in this video is you can place bombs down when he's doing the biting attack, like the swimming biting, and he'll actually eat the bombs, which then explode inside of him and allow you to do a little fishing mechanic, which lets you do big damage because it makes him stagger for quite a while. It's something that you definitely want to do, and especially if you struggle with Nibelsnarf, it'd just be a good idea because you get a lot of good damage. His moveset's pretty basic. He does have a wind tunnel like this, which you do have to watch out for. But other than that, he does swims, he does bites, and he does do a backwards attack. The little gill ear bits, those purple bits on his head, if you're behind him, he'll open them up and shoot sand backwards, so you're not immune to him if you're facing behind him. Now, across the board for all weapon types, that inside bit of his mouth is the weakest spot. It has the best hit zones, and that's the backwards attack I was talking about. But yeah, so inside of his mouth has the best hit zones for everything blunt, sharp, and ranged. But if you are going to be if you can't get to that spot, for range, the other best spot would be the nose and the tail. And then for impact, it would also be the nose and the tail. And for cutting, it's also the nose and the tail. So basically, it's kind of like they're all similar spots. So you probably just want to realistically hit his head when you can, and especially inside of his mouth if you can. And when it comes to what he's weak against, he's weakest against ice and thunder. Now, as you guys know, I always just bring raw, but ice and thunder, if you have those and you don't have a good raw weapon or something like that, you can bring them and that will be able to do the best damage to him. Now, Nibelsnarf technically doesn't have any variants. There aren't any other versions of him, but he does have a related monster, which is similar, which is in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, and that's Gobble, or Gobble, however you pronounce it. I've never known how to pronounce it, but that monster is similar. It's just that one swims in water. This one obviously swims in sand. But other than that, they're quite similar. It's just Nibelsnarf himself doesn't have any subspecies. And with Nibelsnarf, you can break a few bits. The gills on the side of his head that I was talking about before, those little purple bits, you can break those. You can break the dangly bit in his mouth, and I believe you can break his arms, like his front arms. So those are the areas that you can break. And I would assume breaking each thing would give you a higher chance of a specific item. So if you're looking for a specific item, look it up and see if breaking a part would give you a higher chance. And interestingly, you can't actually cut his tail off. He does have a little tail. You can't really see it right now. But even when he's out of the ground, you can see his tail, but you can't actually cut it off, which is kind of interesting because you can cut off most monsters' tails that have a tail, but you can't with Nibelsnarf. And in the 20th anniversary, Nibelsnarf came 129th, which is sort of low, sort of high. I mean, it's not too low, especially for a monster that hasn't been in the game since GU and was introduced back in the 3rd generation. I would like to see him again one day. I'm not sure if they would add him in though, because he's a bit weird and not super popular, but I would like to see him again. And one thing with his sand wind tunnel, he does actually do it side to side. I just got hit by it, which gave me water blight, by the way. I didn't know that. But he can do it side to side as well, so look out for that. Now, if he goes for me, I'm going to try and get the bombs down, but I don't think... Yeah, he's going for the cat, unfortunately. Once he does this attack and goes for me, I'll show you the bomb mechanic. Okay, he's got his gills out now, so I'm guessing his gills come out when he's tired then, so that would be a good opportunity to do some damage on them to break them. So I've broken his gills now. They were pretty easy to break once he had them out like this. Honestly, it was just like a 20 seconds of attacking it and then they broke. So if you're needing to do that, wait until he gets them out like this and it'll be really easy to break them. Okay, here we go. It seems like he's coming for me now, so I'm going to put the second bomb down, and he should eat it, and then you'll see what I mean. The bombs should blow up inside of him. See, now he's ate them. And then we just wait a little bit, and there should be a big explosion. There we go. So now you go up to him, and then you'll get a little icon to fish him out like this. And then you have a little mini game, which I think you spam circle. I'm honestly not sure. That's what I do. And then he'll come out of the ground like this. And then he'll be like this for a good while, and you get to do some really good damage on him here, because he'll be staggered for, I don't know how long it is, but it feels like a good 10 seconds or more. And it's a very good opportunity to do damage on him, especially if you've brought bombs. You do get supplied bombs, typically, because it is one of the main mechanics, and then he drops an item as well. And also for the bombs, just to let you know, he can eat any large barrel bomb. So it doesn't matter if you have a large barrel bomb plus, supply large barrel bomb, all of those you can place down and he'll eat them all, and then it will blow up inside of him. And also just something with the fishing mechanic, if you do fail it or you don't do it, Nibelsnarf will do an attack. So you do want to watch out for that. I used to never do the fishing mechanic, and I'd sometimes get hit by his retaliation attack, which was quite annoying. So basically, if you're not going to fish him out, don't attack him while he's like just sitting there, because he will attack. Just wait for him to, you know, do that, and then you can go in to attack him. But if you failed, then you're probably going to get hit anyway, because you're right next to him. But it's not, I don't know how you could fail it. It shouldn't be too bad, because like I just spam circle on the controller and it works. I don't even know if that's what you're meant to do. I just do that because that's what seems to work. Now, obviously, Nibelsnarf is a sand monster. You're not going to find him in a forest or somewhere like that. He's obviously only going to be in the sand because he swims through the sand. So if you're going to be fighting him, obviously bring cool drinks, because you're going to be in a hot area, so you're going to need some cool drinks. And there we go, we've got him limping now. So this was only a low rank one, I believe, so it's not particularly hard. Obviously, if you're going to fight a higher rank one, it will do more damage and be harder, and especially if you're fighting in GU, you're going to have G rank, so it probably has even extra moves. This is in portable third, so there's only up to high rank. One of the things I've always liked about Nibelsnarf is the color difference in him, because the top of him is completely sandy, brown, boring colors, and then the underneath is the vibrant blues and yellows. I've always found that quite like a nice, beautiful contrast, and I just think it looks really nice in my opinion. So just like most monsters in portable third in this desert area, he sleeps in area 11, which you can just jump right down to from area 10, and he sleeps half out of the ground like this, so, you know, you can bomb him if you want. I'm gonna bomb him just for the fun of it. And here's a closer look at those sand things I was talking about. So this is what he can appear as, and there'll just be 2 puffs of smoke coming out, and that would mean that he's there, because he does hide under the sand sometimes, usually once he's gone to a different area, or you haven't found him yet. Okay, let's wake him up now with a big bomb. An interesting little fact that I actually just learned, if he goes into a trap, like when he's doing the biting attack, like swim by or jumps up at it, he will actually destroy the trap. So if you put a shock trap or a pitfall trap down, just watch out for that, especially if you're doing a capture quest, if there is one, because he can just destroy it, which obviously means you won't be able to use it. And there we go, objective cleared. So as you can see, he's not that hard of a monster. He's a lower tier Leviathan, so it's not too much to deal with, but he can be annoying, especially with his jump, like the swimming bite attack, because he tracks you and turns a couple times, but it's also a great opportunity to use the bombs. And there we go, guys. So that's going to be the end of this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you'd like to join the channel as a member, you can. I'll show on screen now all the members we have. Thank you all very much. And yeah, I'll see all you guys in the next hunt video. See you guys then. Bye.